Hare Krishna, everyone. Are you happy? Are you in stress? Are you in sad? Are you suffering? I hope so. Because in this modern world, the stress, sadness, unhappiness is common. But why we're suffering? Have you ever asked this question? Why you are in stress? Have you ever asked this question? If we are stressed, if the technology is giving us everything, why we are in stress? Modern world, what you gives? Have you ever asked the question? Don't worry. With this, I have a really great topic. With this, the modern world is full of stress, and and how the ancestors are really happiest one. Without the technology, they are happy. With this topic, today we have a very special guest from Isckon, Mahabhagavat Das. He is specializing in higher education and spiritual mentor at Isckon, Canada. With this, I'm Vivek, welcoming you all to the AI and Era podcast show, season 2, episode 2. With this, you just watch this podcast from start to end, and you really love it and definitely know about the real world problem and their solutions. Thank you, and was this? Welcome to this AI and our podcast show. So today we have a very really is a very auspicious moment because today we have a guest whose name is Mahabhagavat Das Prabhuji from Iskan, Canada, or in Toronto. So we have a really think about the youths and about the today's society who is in the modern medical science and modern technology, and how we can give the spirituality into it, and how we can get the happiness, real happiness, by some Krishna consciousness. So thank you for coming and joining us, Mahabhagavad Das Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for having me, Vivek. I think you're doing a great thing, and I hope many, many people benefit from it.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your. So my first question, because of why? Because people are so much stressful nowadays. People are having Instagram, people are having LinkedIn, people are having all the social media, but people are sharing everything where they go. They maybe go to Singapore, they maybe go to US, they maybe go to Canada, they maybe go to Europe. They every click, and they are also earning so much of money. My first question is about this. We have everything today: phones, comfort, freedom. So, why are we more stressed than our parents? Parents are more the happiest we see.
Mhm. So, if you, I'll talk about this with first of all the definition of stress. Okay. So, let's say you have imagine two circles. Okay. So, one of them is your circle of influence. So, both of them are concentric circles, circle of
Yes,
influence, and the
yes,
other one is your circle of concern. So, in general, if your circle of influence is smaller than your circle of concern, so you have influence only over some things, but you are worried about so many different things,
yes,
then that is a definition of unhappiness. You will never be happy if that is the case. Okay, and if on the opposite side, if your circle of influence is very large, but your circle of concern is very low, that means you don't care about anything other than your own um, pleasure, essentially. So that is also irresponsible, and that also causes a different kind of stress. Okay, so I think all of this comes from, first of all, a misplaced sense of our identity. So if I think that I am a man who is an engineer who works for such and such a company and who has this kind of money and lives here, if I'm thinking that I am an Indian or I'm Bangladeshi or I'm Pakistani, I'm American, Russian, German, Iranian, whatever it is, then that whole identity is going to cause me stress because that is temporary and it binds me to things that are temporary. So that is the first thing, to think that I am this body, I am this mind. That is one thing. And then because our sense of identity is misplaced, we think that we are this body. Therefore, my sense of purpose also will be misplaced. So the sense of purpose will be to give as much gratification to my senses as possible, as much as possible, as much as possible. And the senses are like a fire, and the gratification that we give to the senses is like fuel. So just like adding fuel to the fire never puts it out.
Yes.
Similarly, we will go on no matter where we go. Even tomorrow, you go to the moon, you go to Mars, you go wherever, you will be dissatisfied because there will always be some other place that the senses want you to go. So, and the last thing that you mentioned was about the social media. You talked about LinkedIn, you talked about Instagram and all this stuff. So, all of that is actually fake, most of it, because the whole premise, the whole fundamental purpose of those things is to enhance your identity as a body
Yes.
or enhance your identity as a mind. So everybody is trying to do things that they are not. So until we get to the point of understanding what the problem is, we will never be free of stress. Now, our parents also were stressed compared to the generation before that.
Yes.
And they were stressed compared to the generation before that. So it's a long period of time where we are deteriorating, where now it's actually reaching a point of really alarming proportions of people are killing somebody else or killing themselves, things like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. And yes, means more of the times our parents, means our grandparents are having a really great presence of mind. But in today's modern world, there's people having no. It's mostly they are struggling in the on-site situation. They can think it and they can control it. Yes, Prabhuji. And
I think
in today's
the problem started a long time ago. The problem started at least 5,000 years ago at the beginning
yes,
of this age of Kali.
yes, yes,
So even though our grandparents were happier than us,
yes,
they were less happy than their grandparents, who were less happy than their grandparents, who were less happy than their grandparents. So it's going on for a long time. And the problem is the same. Sense of identity is misplaced.
yes,
Our grandparents also think that they are this body. Their sense of purpose is misplaced. They think that to gratify their senses is a prime necessity. And and they had a kind of fakeness also, but it was different. It was not as solid as it is right now.
yes, definitely, Prabhuji. They show them what they really are. So mostly yes, and this is the really beneficial and very appreciable answer for me, and our audience definitely captures and learns something from this and reality. What is it is what really it is. Uh, so mostly people are whenever I go to temple, Isckon, and whatever the temple is like Sri Mandir, Puri Jagannath temple, and all over Isckon temple. Mostly people are saying whenever I definitely call to my friends, please going to Isckon and take some prasadam and kirtan. Joining the kirtan is most enjoyable. It's more enjoyable. Mostly they are saying, no, I'm busy with my work actually. But mostly they are not busy actually, but they are just doing their own every time they are doing different kind of thing, which is very wastable. They're not doing the homework or whatever these things. But
Mm.
so regarding this the question is all about when did life become so busy but not peaceful?
So I think so. If you look at, there's a story. Okay, there's an old story. It's a well-known story.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
there was a man who was told to take an axe and chop some wood.
Yes,
So first day he chopped down a lot of wood in a very
yes,
short amount of time. Job was completed and he went home. The next day he started chopping the wood. It was a little bit slower than that, and
yes,
it took him a lot more time to finish it.
yes,
Like this, every day he became slower and slower until one day, in after 1 week, the
yes.
person was not able to complete the daily chopping of the quota. He was not
Yes.
able to complete the chopping of the wood, and plus he was very tired, more tired than he had ever been before. And
Yes.
he asked, what is going on here? And another man who was very expert in chopping wood said, when was the last time you sharpened your axe?
Yes.
And he never sharpened his axe. So what we are doing is, we are exactly doing that. We are going out there trying to work, trying to do this, trying to do that, working 10 hours, 12 hours, useless waste of time, when you can finish the whole thing in 2 or 3 hours, because we are not sharpening the axe. So going to the temple, engaging in kirtan, taking a little bit of Krishna Prasad, which is cooked by people of very high consciousness, all of these activities actually help us to sharpen the axe. And this
Yes.
is only the side effect, by the way. It's not the real effect of going to the temple. The real effect of temple is that you will understand who we really are. And once we understand who we really are, then we say, okay, I am immortal. I am never born. I will never die. Right? I'm
Yes.
completely non-material. I cannot be cut. I cannot be burned. You understand all of these things, but not
Yes.
just
Yes.
theoretically. Not just theoretically, but actually you should understand this. And then there's no question of stress. So we understand ourselves to be a part and parcel of Krishna, God. You can call Krishna, you can call Allah, but it's same one person who has different names.
Yes.
And if we are part and parcel, then we immediately know what is our purpose, because the purpose of the part is to serve the whole. So fundamentally, if you go to the temple, you are going to know yourself, and then you're going to be yourself, and you won't have any stress in life that is materialistic in nature, because you have eliminated the fundamental causes of stress.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. And yesterday I'm going to um, the temple of Krishna, means Isckon. I'm going to Isckon, and because of the Kaura Purnima is going that day, and it's an eclipse also happened. It's after the 504 years after. It's a great opportunity for me.
540 years. 540 years.
540 years. I'm so sorry. 540 years, and. Uh, and really, our Prabhuji is also uh, giving the preaching about what is the benefits of Nama Japa, how it protects towards from everything. See Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how his glorifications are there also. So it's a really good experience when they says about it. Mostly, if when going to the ISKCON, mostly the kids also be there. Mostly the kids who is really be enthusiastic towards Krishna, and parents who are in the Krishna consciousness, they are giving them enthusiasm and power. Say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This Mahamantra gives real powerful, and give that mantra gives to their own children, and it's a very luckiest full. So thus now the question is arising for the kids also. Nowadays the modernization, the kids, the today's parents giving their own mobiles instead of the Harinam to their children. So why do we?
Mobile phones.
Yes.
Why do we? Please complete your question.
Question is actually, why do we feel angry or bad? Sad, sorry. Why do we feel angry or sad even after playing game, watching videos? When we see to the kids, today's kids.
Not just kids, everybody. So because the devices and the apps were actually designed for that purpose.
Yes.
So when Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and all of these people who made these apps and they made these things, TikTok, whatever the founder, they actually made this for one reason and one reason only. And that reason was how they can capture your attention for their benefit.
Yes.
So you watch reels, they show ads in the middle of the reels. Each
Yes.
ad that they show to each person, they make a little bit of money. And like this, they make millions, billions of money, or of dollars of money every day. But nobody has thought about what is the effect that it has on you, the individual. So constantly giving your attention and getting small dopamine hits that you get every time you get one point in the thing, or you get one like on your social media or whatever, those dopamine hits actually deplete you of long-term energy. And
Yes.
as a result of that, it's a natural side effect that you become angry, you become frustrated, because at the end of it, let's say you won some game, you played for 3 hours and you won some game. What do you have? You have nothing. You have just some points in some app which has absolutely no value, no worth whatsoever, right?
Yes.
So it is because it was designed for one purpose, which is to make them money. So you have to understand that every time you sit down and watch a game of cricket, every time you sit down and play a video game, every time you sit down and watch a television serial, every time you go to a movie, what you are doing is you are giving your attention to them, and you are paying money to do that,
Yes.
whether you're paying with your attention or you're actually paying a ticket fee or whatever it is. And the people who are putting on the show are benefiting. They are getting something, you are getting nothing. So at the end of it, you are poorer than before and you have less time than before. Naturally, you'll be frustrated. You got nothing in exchange.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
When you compare that to a kirtan, right? So when you, let's say you go to the Isckon temple and you Hare Krishna temple and you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, kirtan. Then at the end of the kirtan, you feel that you have got something because you actually got something. You
Yes.
chanted, you enjoyed some nice music, you paid no money for it,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
you go, the chanting of that mantra makes your mind very, very energetic and powerful compared to playing a video game. So that's only the side effect, by the way. The real effect of the mantra is something even much greater that we cannot immediately discuss in this podcast. But that's it. When you go to Iscon temple, we use your time and your attention for your benefit. Whereas when you go anywhere else, they use your time and your money for their benefit.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, definitely. Once the Srila Prabhupada ji said that you should chant everywhere, whenever, whatever the situation is, you can't, you should not give any kind of single penny for this, but you take the benefit more by this chanting of holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So,
Correct? That's it. It's free of charge. We don't charge any. People might say, oh, well, you charge money for the books, you charge money for this. But we don't actually charge you money. When you look at the total amount of money we get and the number of people that we serve, 90% of the people don't even give anything. They just come to the temple, they take prasad, they enjoy the kirtan, and they go home. Right?
yes,
So
Prabhuji.
we give them something free of charge. Like most of the people get everything free of the charge. And some people, they are inspired to help in the seva. So some people give a donation, some people do some seva there. So those
Yes.
people are very rare. Like in like a festival like yesterday, I would say 1 out of 1,000 people was doing some seva.
Oh, yes.
So 999 people got the benefit for no effort, no money, no nothing. Just
Yes.
came, they got the benefit. But we are happy to do that. And we don't care really about money. We just want to serve as many souls as possible.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I appreciate about this. People are really who are really going to the temple. Benefits is 100%, but serve to Krishna is good. But mostly the people don't want to serve, but they are just going there. It's a good for them actually. First,
That's fine.
of,
Actually, going there is serving Krishna. Even if you do go to the temple and do nothing else, just sit down there for 2 hours and come back home, that is still service to Krishna because you made the effort to go there. So
yes,
I
Prabhuji.
said this: if you understand that you are a part and parcel of Krishna, that if you are Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, if you understand that you are part and parcel of Krishna, then naturally you will serve Krishna. Until you don't understand, you won't serve. Once you understand that I'm part and parcel of Krishna, you'll understand that the more I serve, the happier I get. Hey, this is great.
Yes,
So then such people will serve more and more because they get more and more happy.
yes, yes,
But
Prabhuji.
even
Definitely.
if somebody does not serve, just coming there is a service alone. So just come there, sit down, take prasad, go home. Take chant some kirtan, go home. After some time, you will feel the desire to do something for it, for the temple.
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. I agree about this. And also in Bhagavad Gita also said that like without the purification, you can't go for the renunciation. So purification is first. So then we can go for the renunciation is better for after the
We are
purification.
not even talking about renunciation right now. We're just talking about
Yes,
being happy.
yes,
Renunciation is a
yes,
very advanced stage that we should. I
yes,
don't think we are ready to discuss that right now in this podcast.
yes, Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji. Just to add this point. So I So I add this one. And so mostly the minds are really be noisy nowadays. Overthinking and partiality and suffering in mind disease are happening nowadays. So what makes the mind so noisy actually?
The mind is like a mischievous child or a monkey.
Yes.
And the moment you don't give it some discipline, it will get worse and worse. It will never get better and better. It will get worse and worse. Like if a small child is there and is doing a little bit of mischief, if you don't engage that child in something, doing something better, he will do more and more mischief. First, he will jump from here to there. Then he will go higher and jump from there. Then he will drop this spot. Then he will make that mess. Like it will go on increasing the amount of mischief that it makes. So people, why the minds are very noisy is because there is no discipline on the mind. The mind is a very, very bad master, but a very good servant. So we have what we are doing in the modern world is whatever the mind wants, we do it. Mind says, watch this video, we watch it. The mind says, eat this food, we eat it. The mind says, spend this money for this perfume or this clothes or whatever. Even if one part of the mind says, hey, but you cannot afford it. Okay, it does it anyways. So now you're in debt because you did not have the money and you bought the thing on credit card, monthly installments or whatever it is that you did. So whatever the mind tells us, we do. The mind says, I don't like this person. Then you're like, I don't like this person. The mind says, I love this person. And you're like, okay, I love this person. So whatever the mind tells you, whatever the mind tells us, we accept whatever the mind is. So when it does like that, the mind becomes more and more and more insistent. So the idea is to use the mind as a tool, just like your hand or your leg. You have to use it as a tool, but not treat it as your master. So if you can do that, and there is a way to do that, the whole Bhagavad Gita explains that in great detail. If you can learn that, how to use the mind as a tool, not to become a tool of the mind, then the mind will not be as noisy. The mind may be noisy, but it won't affect you. It won't bother. It won't. But of course, as you progress in spiritual life, the mind will become like a calm, like a sheet of glass, not noisy.
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. I appreciate with this. The noisy of the mind is nowadays very means very high. They're in the hype. So mostly the
Mm.
youths are also suffering here in this. So mostly we see in college nowadays, universities, people are trying a lot of things. People are trying in business. People are trying in their career to give their 100%. But mostly sometimes lives giving them not we go for 100%. They are giving throw to the 50% and 60%. Sometimes they fail. Sometimes they success. Mostly the people are going for the suicidal attempt because of the hurriness, and they never on control to the success and failure. So my the question regarding this description is, why do success and happiness no longer go together?
Because the definition of success is flawed. So if your definition, look, let's say um, that you know that let's say you have to do some work, you have to accomplish some work. Okay, let's say you want to get a degree. Okay, let's say you want to get a degree, and one of the activities of getting a degree is going to class.
Yes,
And there are many other activities. One of the activities is going to the laboratories. The other activities to do the projects. The other activities to write exams. Right now, let's say that you say that okay, I'm going to this course, but I'm not going to write any exams. I'm only going to attend the classes.
yes,
For example, if I tell you that, then you will never get your degree. You will attend the classes for the next 20 years, but you're not going to get your degree without passing the exam. So in order to get a degree, you have to have the right activities and the right objectives. The moment your objective is not right, the moment your activities are not right, you're going to fail. So right now, what has happened is success means please the senses, please the mind. But what about you? You are not the mind. You are not these senses. You are a spirit soul. Indriyani paranyahur, indriyabhya paramana, manasastu para buddhir, buddhestu paradastu saha. You are higher, like indriyani paranyahur. So your senses are higher than the objects. You're making them lower, right? Above the senses, there is the mind. Above the mind, there is intelligence, which tells you what is to be done and what is not to be done. And above the intelligence sits you, the soul. So if you act on the level of senses, then you're never going to be happy.
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. You're saying
Hold
correct.
on. Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Good, good. Yes, I can hear you too.
And peoples are in the families nowadays. Joint families are break down into the small families nowadays. So it's regarding the family problems also arises because of the tension and modern life activities. Um, uh, why did simple feel calmer than today's comfortable life?
See, what people think is that, okay, I have only three people in my family: myself, my wife or my husband, and my two children. Okay, plus myself, so totally four people, for example. So everything will be great because I need a small house, only four people. I need a small car. I need a small everything for myself. Okay, but the reason I did that is because I don't want to make the effort to get along with anybody else. So I don't want to get along with my brother. I don't want to get along with my father. I don't want to get along with anybody else in the house. So I basically separate out from there. So if that is my consciousness, then that same consciousness permeates to the rest of my family. My wife doesn't want to listen to me, doesn't want to get along with me. My children don't want to get along with me. My children don't want to get along with each other either. So, and all of this comes because there's a misplaced sense of identity. If I don't realize that I am a part and parcel of Krishna. If I am a part and parcel of Krishna, then that means my father is also part and parcel of Krishna. My mother is also part and parcel of Krishna. My wife is also part and parcel of Krishna. My brother's family also part and parcel of Krishna. So then I want to get along because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. That respect is there. You know. So now, because we don't recognize anybody else as part and parcel of Krishna, therefore that same thing goes worse and worse. It's like a spiral. Even if you live alone, you're not going to be happy. Then you'll be lonely. You know. So it's not going to work. The main idea here is to see ourselves as parts and parcels of Krishna and to try and center all of our efforts collectively around Krishna. That is the only way to move forward.
Prabhuji, I agree about this. And so, how is your journey into the Krishna consciousness actually? Because everyone's is different, journeys is different. How is your journey to the Krishna consciousness?
It's different and it's same, like everybody has differences and everybody has commonality. Ultimately speaking, a person has to recognize that something here is not right. And the way I have been working on it, if I keep working on it in the same way, it's not suddenly going to improve. Somebody has to have that kind of understanding that there has to be something more than what I'm trying for right now. And then somebody has to be open to spiritual guidance. Even if they are open 1%, you don't have to be 100% open, but at least you're open 1%. That is a good thing. And then you have to be able to act on whatever you learn. So you can learn all the philosophy you want, but if you don't apply it, and that was my situation, I did not apply it for many years, it's not going to give you much solace. So in my case, I was an atheist. I'm an engineer by training. So after reading all the different scriptures, I read 15 editions of the Gita, I read the Bible, I read the Quran, I read so many religious texts. And all of them apparently were contradicting each other. And they were even contradicting themselves. Like one edition of the Gita was contradicting itself, and all the other editions, etc. So it was very confusing. So then I thought that, oh, this This is all just a way for people to make some money. Because they cannot make money as an engineer, then they become a sadhu and they try to make money in that way. So I had rejected all of these things and had become an atheist. So when I got this Gita, I was not willing to pay for it because I was like, why do you want my money? And but the brahmachari who gave me the Gita in Mumbai, he gave it to me for free. And I read the Gita and I felt like, okay, this is consistent. I thought I had found some mistakes. My goal was to find all the mistakes and put it away, like all the other 15 Gitas that I put away, because I understand a little bit Sanskrit and so on. So I read it once, I read it twice, I read it thrice. I saw that what I saw as a fault had become better, like it had become resolved. Then I thought that, hey, if I'm seeing a fault now and if I read a second time, I don't see the fault, that means the fault is in my understanding and not in the book. So I was open to that. And I read that book hundreds of times, but I did not apply any of the instructions because I was feeling like in order to apply, you have to put on saffron and move into the temple and shave your head. Well, I do have a shaven head now,
Yes,
but
yes.
I'm still a grahastha and I still uh, pursue a career and so on. So I was feeling like that. But when I came to Toronto in 2003, 2004, that's when I saw that there are people who are working for large companies or who have their own businesses or like who are doing various things, raising families, doing all of these activities, and still managing to follow the principles of the Bhagavad Gita. So then I said, I'm going to learn from these people. I want to see how they do it. And that's how I started my journey. It's taken a long time, more than 25 years now. But that's how it started. Many people, many people, including my spiritual master, many other people, were very, very kind and merciful upon me. They would answer my questions. They would help me to understand practically how to apply some knowledge. So I think I could not have done it on my own. And I did it because of all the help that I got from others.
Thank you so much for this, Prabhuji, and a little bit inspirable also for me that your journey defines me. You are an engineer, then you take the diksha, how you read the Bhagavad Gita, and real thing is to be application, how you apply to what we read and act according to that, and spiritual depth. Uh, um, My next question is all about the spiritual depth. If we talk about the spiritual depth, what is the real peace according to ancient wisdom?
If you know yourself, if you be yourself, you'll always be happy.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, and so now the last round of this, so we can go for some rapid fire questions. I have so
Sure,
let
sure.
so the rapid fire questions are here now. Uh, One modern habit destroying peace.
Thinking that I am the center of the universe.
Okay, Prabhuji. And the second question is one ancient habit restoring the peace.
Chanting Mahamantra, chanting mantra meditation, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This will clear the mind and make us peaceful.
Phone or silence, which heals faster?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Phone or silence, which heals faster?
Which feels faster?
He heals faster.
Which
Heals faster.
heals faster?
Heals.
Depends on what you do with your phone.
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Desire or gratitude, which grows happiness.
The desire for gratitude.
Desire or gratitude, actually. Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying it's desire for gratitude.
Desire for gratitude. Yes, yes, Prabhuji. It's an intelligent answer. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, being here. And I really appreciate you here. And our podcast is really satisfied also because a Krishna conscious person. Whenever I talk, it's satisfied also, it's successful also, definitely. And so thank you
Yeah,
so much for joining us, Prabhuji. And really, I appreciate with your consciousness. I really appreciate with your all the answers, which is really helpful. Not to me, not we our also all the audibles audience which listen to this and watch to this. Thank you so much
Let us
to
let us take this knowledge to every single soul on this planet. Let's make this planet into the spiritual world. That is our mission.
yes, Prabhuji, definitely. The mission is so high, it actually is. And so, really, I have to be stop the podcast now. Now, the recording. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learn, you enthusiast, you teach after that to your child, to your sister, to your brother. Mahabhagavatas Prabhu is giving today a really beneficial podcast. Definitely, you will like more it. If you know about Mahabhagavatas Prabhu, I drop down a link in my description about their blog post. You go there, click on the description, and go to the link, and click on that link and read about a blog post on Mahabhagavad Das Prabhu. It's all about the glorification of Srila Prabhupada and glorification of Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Sri Krishna. If you have really nice, read that and learn spiritual yourself a lot. With this, thank you very much again. I'm Vivek Pradhan and watch for the next video who is a podcast again as a guest. So thank you. Like this video, subscribe. Thank you so much. For that, I can give you a lot of videos of the podcast and all the information videos there.